how to study English at home without sitting in your classroom or without attending any online class or purchasing any online course. I have discussed a lot of time about the tips and resources. Today I am going to search and give you some authentic strategies. Basically, there are 4 strategies, and these 4 strategies can make you fluent in English language. I am going to describe it. But before making it, you have to make sure that you are not adopting English language as because it is widely spoken. You have to make and assimilate your purpose of life and why English is important in your life. What kind of importance or what kind of advantage you can take out of learning this language? Is it important for you professionally or anything else? Just figure out. If it's on your top priority in your life, then you can draw time for studying it. So number 1 rule, number 1 step, or number 1 strategy before searching the tools, websites, resources, you have to make sure that what kind. First of all, you have to set a goal and then forget about it. Now you will be wondering why I am stressing and why I am saying that just set a goal and then forget it. Then why should we place a goal? Why should we figure out a goal? There is a purpose behind it. For setting a goal is important. It gives you motivation. It gives you clear destination that this is the mountain, this is the peak, and I want to reach this peak. This is my goal. Now, when you have set your goal, the next you will draw the time. For example, I want to achieve the fluency level. What kind of level? Do you want to reach conversational daily life English, or you want to speak like a native speaker? These are 2 levels, and what is your level? Let me know in comment section. Now you have to just remind yourself and say it aloud. What is your purpose of learning this level? What is your goal of learning English language? This is important. By figuring out your goal, your target, the next thing would be your time management. And it would be essential for you. For that, for example, I can study English language for 10 to 30 minutes daily. Now you are also figuring out that I am available or I can study English language during my meal time, during my breakfast time, or before going to bed. If I am eager to drink coffee, then after coffee it's my time to study English language. Now you have set the goal, and by setting the goal you have just figured out the timetable, the exact time when you are available for learning English language. Now you just have to forget the goal. Now you have to focus on the thing, because we cannot control the time period. We cannot control what level of fluency we can attain. But we have the control on utilization of time. For example, if we have set only 10 to 30 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, this is the time we can control. We can dominate. So setting goal is important, but even more important is the time routine. Is the routine or the time which we have set. And this should be realistic. This should be according to your busy schedule. So this is important. Next thing is that set a system that works for you. Set a system that works for you. For example, there are different ways, different means to achieve this peak. Some will run on the mountain, some will go by walking slowly and gradually, and others can utilize a helicopter and directly dive or directly land on the peak of the mountain. There are different ways, there are different methodologies, and believe me, there is no single perfect way. You have to utilize and you have to try bunch of ways, bunch of methodologies, bunch of strategies, so that you can figure out, you can just draw the best the best way which can be fruitful for you, which can give you the benefit. So try different means of learning English language and then try it in your busy schedule, and you will find a perfect way to study English language. This is your target. Now number 3 is, if you are curious about my language learning routine, how I have developed this routine. Today it's the word of innovations, it's the word of technology. There are many apps like Buso app, Notion, and many other apps that are making your journey quite easier. But apart from giving you the information, it's also overwhelming. There are tons and tons of information. There are tons and tons of videos on language learning. And it's hard to difficult. And even sometimes we are not able to believe that this video is original or not. If that person is sincere to us, or if he or she is just making the videos. So very important thing is my language learning routine, and believe me, in the beginning input is crucial. You need a bank of information to convey. You need basic grammar to convey your information fluently, confident, because if you are aware that my grammar is good, I am making sentences and there is no grammatical error, then you will speak fluently, confidently, naturally, and with more freedom. So it's important for you in the beginning to inhale. I will say inhale and digest many kinds of input. For example, listening input in the form of podcast, watching input in the form of watching movies, web series, Netflix, TV shows, cartoons, and any other thing. And reading input in the form of reading the novel, digest, article, blogs, anything. So you have to just absorb the language. For example, if you want to drink coffee, if this idea gets struck in your brain that I want to drink coffee, and you will see how I can order coffee, what kind of words I have to select for the flavor of coffee, for the ordering of coffee, and how I can interact with that person or waiter. So this is important. Now the fourth very important point is here, create a routine. Create a routine and bind it and stack it with your current routine. Now what is your current routine? You are a lover of coffee. You are a lover of taking tea. You are a lover of walking. This is your routine. You just read a newspaper early in the morning to get updated about what is happening in the world. This is your routine, current routine. Now, how can you bind English learning into this routine? For example, if you are a lover of just reading the newspaper, then you can learn the newspaper in English language. This is called binding the current habit with the habit of your desired results. If you are just obsessed with watching movies, watch movies but in your target language. Now by stacking and by binding these two habits, your current habit and your desired habit for achieving the goal, can be very influential and can give you the desired results. And what is your current habit and how can you bind it with your desired habit? Let me know in comment box. Now final point is scheduling ahead or scheduling ahead. Why? Because sometimes we procrastinate. If you haven't said that I will study for 10 to 30 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, I will procrastinate that I will study tomorrow. There is enough time. It's now holiday. Sunday is a holiday. Why should I waste my time on learning this language? I have many things to do. But if you have just planned that I will study, and this is my English learning routine, this is my schedule and I have to study, this will give you the chance to be more activate and stop procrastinating.